Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NFL segment of Penn Sports Night. I'm here with Matt Pollard and Sam Cucuzzella. We're at the midway point of the season where the trade deadline has just stopped. And first, we're going to talk about my team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We signed two main big guys, big trade signings with Julio Jones and Kevin Byard. Matt, what do you have on that?
I mean, obviously, two big names right there. Julio Jones, obviously a former Pro Bowler, one of the best receivers of all time. He's definitely going to come in and help A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith out. And even though he might not get as many catches and yards as he used to, hopefully he'll be able to draw some targets away on defense. And then Kevin Byard, obviously he was a Pro Bowler many times. So hopefully he can come in and be a really good piece on our defense and help them out because they haven't been really good this year so far.
Yeah, 7 Pro Bowls for Julio Jones and 2 for Kevin Byard. But Julio Jones only with 3 targets this year, but one of them for a touchdown. So with an already stacked wide receiver core with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, of course, can't hurt. Sam, what do you have?
Yeah, so I think I'll start off with Julio because honestly it's less of a significant transaction than Byard. I think Julio's good, but he's not wide receiver 1, which it's not a big deal for the Eagles. They have A.J. Brown and they have Devonta and a bunch of other receiver depth. But I think he's a good signing, can help take away from coverage from Brown and Smith. I think it could be a pretty valuable signing later on in the season. And with Byard, I think that was the big one. I have no idea how Howie Roseman does it. 3 years ago, he was on the hot seat, and next he's going to get Derrick Henry for a 7th rounder and have a cheesesteak. It's unreal what he's doing and how he's fleecing Tennessee.
Yeah, the Eagles are the 1 seed in the NFC and the best team in the NFL right now. But now we're going to transfer over to the Washington Commanders' absolute tanking on the defensive side. They're sending Chase Young to the 49ers and Montez Sweat to the Bears. Matt, what do you have on that?
I mean, obviously Chase Young, as long as he can stay healthy, he's going to be really good for the 49ers. And they already have big-name guys like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. So that defense could be really scary as long as he stays on the field. And then Montez Sweat to the Bears. I mean, the Bears aren't really good this year, but in the future, if they keep him for a few more years and they get a few more pieces, they could actually be a good team as long as they do good in the draft picks coming up.
Yeah, we unfortunately haven't been able to see Chase Young in a 49ers uniform just yet because of the bye week, but with a 3-game losing streak, they got to pick it up. That will help. And Sweat, we were able to see on the Bears pretty nicely last week. But Sam, what do you have on the Commanders trades?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the Commanders are kind of going to a rebuild. They understand that this isn't their peak year. I think it's good they're kind of dealing these expiring contracts. Young, I think, is a very valuable piece as long as he's healthy, which has been a pretty big if for the last few years. But if he does, that defense is an already scary defense is looking even scarier. And Sweat to the Bears, I don't quite understand as much because the Bears are giving up valuable draft capital. But at the same time, Sweat is a genuinely talented player, and I do commend Bears general manager Ryan Poles for being able to make these aggressive trades, even if they don't always work out, like last trade deadline when they acquired Chase Claypool for a 2nd, and when they dealt Roquan Smith for a 2nd-round pick, which, as a Ravens fan, obviously, I was really in favor for that.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to Josh Dobbs, the journeyman of the NFL this year. He's now on the Vikings. He was able to play last game without even knowing the offense at all and lead them to a victory over the Falcons. Matt, what do you say?
I mean, it's kind of crazy. The dude literally came over not even a week ago, didn't know his teammates' names at all, and he was thrown in the middle of the game when the other quarterback got injured, and he somehow led them to a win, which was one of the most insane things that happened in the whole NFL season so far, in my opinion.
Next, we'll move on to Carson Wentz, where he just signed with the Rams just a couple hours ago. Sam, what do you got to say on Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I was in the library and I saw that notification. I was like, I knew that he was going to sign somewhere. I just had no idea where. It could be a good signing for the rest of the year. I mean, the Rams, NFC's kind of weak. They got to make a push. He's the best quarterback on the market. Yeah.